Hi, this is Trey. Tonight I wanted to say the truth is death is the beginning. For if you never die, you never have been born. You never lived. Why? Because if you were a so called sheeple or normie, an average person, only at the point of leaving your body would you get to begin to commune with your soul. So when I supposedly fell over on my bike and that PG&E truck hit me, that was the beginning of my acceptance of my role as a awakening teacher, truth teller, disclosure, bones healer, and to reveal to you the skeleton of the plan. And this, I think, is why. Well, they allowed me to upload my videos from yesterday and today since I forgot my charger yesterday at the Capitola Library. And then I tried to go online at Whole Foods. Denied. New Leaf, Staff Alive Market, I was denied access. And again at the Whole Foods in the Midtown. So I tried to go online a total of at least 15 times. I was denied after resetting the computer. So if anyone out there knows how to fix computers, and this is simply maybe a glitch in my modem, I got a little bit of money, I could pay you to fix it or give me an advice. However, I don't think so. I'm afraid this is what happens sometimes when the NSA guy gets off work or he's working on double time on the weekend. This has only happened to me 2 other days before this. And sometimes it would happen in one location and then I go to another location and I didn't have a problem. But tonight, it could be because my buddy came in the Staff of Life and he's getting ready to go to the Roots Reggae show at Moe's Alley, and I was trying to kick myself to go. So this tends to happen often when I have cognitive dissonance or incoherence about what I'm going to do, or anxiety, but maybe related. But I think it might be a secret agent guy who works in computers on the weekend. It almost always happened on the weekend. So what do you think? Um, to me, really everything Satan and Lucifer does is it's always pathetic and sad, and shallow when it comes to the perspective of morality, of self-respect. These AI trolls, if that's what's happening, the shadow banners, all these beings that do things to try to prevent me from working online, from learning, from having fun online, from accessing the computer. This basically never happened at my brother's house in South Carolina. By the way, sometimes it would freeze up for a couple like 1 minute and then go back. But it never these parasites never came to prevent me from going online. So knowing about the Hadron Collider in Santa Clara, knowing about the intense and extensive mind control programs that go around in Santa Cruz, I just want to say, you trolls or whoever in the system, whatever, whether it's human or AI or, Draco or Zeta spirits, you are extremely talented at bullshit. But I'm sorry for you that I'm sorry to tell you, but bullshit is not a real talent. Preventing me from getting online, preventing me from learning, preventing me from expanding my consciousness in my own self and with others does not make you a powerful being. It makes you a powerful, idiotic piece of shit who can't shit. A shitless piece of shit in the fourth dimension The fact that you can use millions of dollars worth of toxic nanobots and heavy metals and planes from Lockheed Martin over here with and without operators and dump this shit across the sky and try to terraform and take over the planet and create space fence, a programmable nanobot and heavy metal encrusted, the greatest mind control experiment ever tried. If you if you add the Jim Jones Mad Scientist International Mr. G death experiment, the nanobot colonies growing within, and 5G wireless technology, then you add all the things I've been telling you that they're doing in the sky. 25 degrees cooler. So let's just say that these Nazis, Dracos, and Zeta criminals who have no respect are not stopped. Okay, what's going to happen? What's their plan? By 2026, we're all going to be chipped, or at least somebody like me will have to have an ID with a chip in it so they can still watch you or know where you're at. And they're going to be just learning how to be master human cyborg slave remote control operators with the fucking cloud. The singularity includes the cloud, the space fence, and that Pokemon Go was when they initiated knowing where every object is on planet Earth. Beings with no self-respect, beings with no respect for you or me or anyone, beings with no heart at the core of this, actually prevented me from going online tonight. And here comes some more nano-encrusted rain. And the truth is that bullshit does not create. Bullshit might temporarily be able to steal. Bullshit might be able to work with brilliant, talented artists such as in Hollywood. And temporarily, through social mastery, which is my former weakness that I'm learning to overcome. Possible Asperger's and autism that I am defeating. Whereas the Dracos, the reptilians, they've always, they have Lucifer and they have all their pathetic blood drinking rituals and all. You see, what I got to say is the dark side is equally brilliant and talented. It's stealing and conning and robbing 3D slaves as they are completely devoid of morality and totally pathetic, 100% retarded when it comes to love or joy or self-respect, peace or discernment, or the awareness of the heart. And this is why, as I've said since the first video, they will lose. Because beings such as me, who have somewhat awareness of heart consciousness, that is what is meant by the term, the meek shall inherit the earth. Those who have the weapons but do not use them. That's right. Very seldom does a cop, a mafia, or an Illuminati want to say shit to me if they know of my history at all. Not just because my grandfather was a 33-degree Freemason, but because if they break the law or do something, I will expose them and I will not back down in court and I will not take their bullshit, but I will pray for their peace. I will pray. One time these two cops hauled me in to the holding tank because I got defensive and I said, "Is there a problem?" Well, they said, "Well, now there is." I was at Westcliff and I had one of those plastic racks for the milk that says on the side it's a $2,000 fine if you steal this, and I got it from behind a building and I was just using it for my stuff. And this police officer was training the other person how to break the law. And I noticed it when they started approaching me. I said, "You don't have the right to come up on me like this." And they kind of grabbed me and put me in handcuffs. I said, God sees everything you do. The whole way to the police station, I had just been reading the Course in Miracles. I said, the Holy Christ sees it all. You can't pull one over on Christ. They tore up that ticket and, you know, gave me my stuff back at the gate an hour later. And I said, God sees what you do. Illuminati don't like to hear that kind of stuff, especially when I'll pray for them in their face. But you see, the guys who invented Tantric Buddhism would drink out of skulls. Tilopa and Naropa. Some people think that might think that's gross or disgusting. Human skulls. They would drink out of sometimes their masters or others, and they would make love in the graveyard. Why would they make love in the graveyard with their partner, their beloved partner in the graveyard? Why would they drink out of skulls? Were they sickos? Were they the beginnings of the devil worshippers? Adrenochrome sucking vampire millionaire sickos? No. No, they did that to remind themselves of the brevity of life, that death is always present, that you never know when you can die. You never know when you're going to go, and that death is always there. And that is why I'm able to do what I do, because I'm aware. I could go anytime. This PG&E truck striking me after I supposedly fell was really the beginning, because Mr. Essay and cancer and so-called mental illness and isolation and being without a partner my entire existence as a full-grown person, none of those things were enough to kill me. Alcohol couldn't kill me. I quit drinking. I think the reason why must have been because I knew this time was coming, that the world, or at least a few people, might be helped when they really needed it by my works. And there's nothing that Satan or Lucifer can do that will bring. There's nothing the Black Suns or the Belial Suns, the operators of the Saturn hexagram, the Demiurge, or any of their blood-drinking followers can ever do to be real. They're vampires. They're parasites. And in this case, my experience tonight, they're interdimensional, or they're AI parasites that, they discovered where I was, and they recognized my identity as someone who tries to help others online and expand his own consciousness and others through wisdom and through learning. And I was going to learn, and I was going to watch music and enjoy myself. And they completely denied me that. Now, maybe it is so-called virus, but I don't even believe in human virus or computer virus. I don't even believe in any of these labels. Okay? GLBT is a glitch. You're either openly bi, or you're heterosexual mostly, or 100% like me. You're either open to it all, or you like the opposite, as far as I can tell. I mean, maybe it's natural. I mean, like I say, the division of lame deer, he said in 3 out of 100 people, they dress as women and they'd be homosexual, and no one wanted to kill them. Everyone accepted them. And what's interestingly is they were called wing tees, and the wing tees would whisper a secret power name in their ear. They were not allowed to repeat it. And so there was acceptance of it. And that's the way I want to be, is I want to accept those that are organic, but I have no way of telling the difference. So cutting up body parts cannot be, how can that be healthy? So, but even for them, sometimes that's the beginning of their spiritual awakening, that extreme hard way. So death is the beginning, because say you never had a human incarnation before, there's no way you wouldn't be controlled by your ego or your little self if you didn't know anything else. Through death and disease, or experiencing your loved one's death, you begin to realize the multidimensionality of life and how precious it is. If you like this, click subscribe and I'll send you more, babies. And people enjoy or create a great one if you can.